How many times have you had someone tell you follow your dreams? How many times have you had someone tell you follow your passion? How many times have you had someone tell you that if you do the job that you love, if you follow your passion, you won't have to work a day in your life? Things would just be amazing because you'll be doing something that you love. While that's true, people are not really honest on what the path of following your dreams looks like. Following your dreams is not all rosy. Following your dreams is not ice cream and cookies. Following your dreams is hard. And I think unless and until we start having honest conversations about that, we will have so many people give up too soon. We'll have so many people abandoning their idea because they just don't have what it takes to just for that final push to see it through. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Petronella Mnenja. I'm an author, I'm a consultant, I'm a speaker. I recently wrote a book from Goka to Oxford, The Girl Who Dared to Dream. Please do get a copy. It's available on Amazon, and if you're in Zimbabwe, you can get it from Innovate Bookshop, or you can get in touch with me and I can have a book delivered anywhere in Harare or Zimbabwe. So in today's video, I want to talk about the reality of following your dreams. What does following your dreams look like? One thing about me is I love learning. I love listening to people that inspire me, that motivate me. And one thing that is consistent with almost all motivational and transformational speaker is that thing of follow your dreams, follow your dreams, follow your dreams. Go after your passion, go after the things that excites you. But oftentimes we are not told what the reality of that looks like. What does following your dreams look like? Have you realized that not every singer ever gets their song heard? Not every writer ever gets their book published? If there is a little number of people in any field that actually rise to the top, while there are so many people who aspire to do that, but they never do that, it's not because they are not following their dreams. It's because sometimes we are not equipped with the right knowledge of what does it really take for you to follow your dreams. What does the process of you following your dreams look like? That is what I want to talk about in this video. You need to be prepared. When you decide to live a life of passion, when you decide to live a life of purpose, when you decide to live a life where you actively, intentionally, deliberately follow your dreams, there are some facts that you need to know. And I'm going to equip you with those facts. Fact number one, your dream is your own. Your vision is your own. I did a whole video on this. I'm going to talk about it briefly as the first topic on this. This is very important because people support ideas when they have started flourishing. It's very difficult to get people to buy into an idea that's starting up. That is the reason why it's very difficult for you to get investment for a small startup. That's the reason why it's very difficult for you to get people to invest with your idea when it's still at inception stage. And if you don't understand that your dream is your own, it's your baby, it's your responsibility, you have to work on it, you have to perfect it, you have to develop it, you have to package it in a way that you can sell it to the world. If you don't understand that, you will expect everyone to just congratulate you, to just clap hands for you, to just encourage you, to just tell you that it's amazing. And when you don't get that, it's very difficult to remain consistent when you don't get appreciation and accolades. But here is the thing, following your dreams is not about people buying in. No one is going to buy in until they see that it's profitable to support you. No one is going to stand by you or stand for you until they see that it's actually profitable to do that, or until they actually see results to back it up. So if you don't know that, when you're still starting up, when people are closing their doors on you, you're reaching out to people, no one is reaching back. You are writing emails, no one is writing back. I was watching an interesting video. My sister sent it to me last week. This lady was saying that for every 50 calls that you get, you receive 10 interest to make one sale. So if you look at that, it's not everything that you do that will automatically get you results. But so many times we miss it in life because we don't have that initial push. We don't have that initial appreciation. When we're still starting, people are not buying in as enthusiastically as we want them to. People are not celebrating it as much as we want to. And we get discouraged and we get disappointed and we end up not going after our dreams. And what we end up doing is just blocking ourselves. So I need you to understand this. You are the steward of your dream. No one owes you support. No one owes you anything. It's your baby. You carry it. You do all the work. I assure you, when it's time, when it's ready, people will stand by you. People don't understand this. People want everyone to buy in on their idea. People want everyone to support them. It's not going to happen like that. And when you embark on the journey of pursuing your dreams, you need to be real with that. You need to have that honest conversation with yourself and say, you know what? I want to walk this, but this is my path. This is my path and my path alone. That's fact number one. Fact number two that you should remember in your journey of following your dreams and going after your destiny, or whatever you want to call it, is there will be sleepless nights. And I want people to understand this. I want people to understand this. Especially if you have a job, especially if you have a 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 5. There is this allure, there is this feeling of contentment with where you are. You have a good job, you make good money, you are okay, you are comfortable, you tend to relax a little bit, or you convince yourself that you don't have time to work on other things. Whether or not you do have time, you just convince yourself that you don't. If you work 9 to 5, you're working 8 hours in a day, so that leaves you with 16 hours. And if you don't have enough time in those 16 hours to follow your dreams and pursue your passions, maybe you shouldn't do that in the first place. I have written my book. I have come up with my most creative ideas. I have come up with the most genius ideas that I've developed at night. I wake up at 2 a.m. and I start writing. I don't have time to do it in the day. I will create time at night. I will create time on the weekends. I will create time to do it. So when I mean sleepless nights, I mean sleepless weekends. I mean foregoing weekends. I mean canceling plans. You have to go through a phase in your life where you sacrifice what you want for what you need. You have to go through a phase in your life where you're not going to have enough sleep, where you're not going to go to enough weekend trips, where you're not going to have to spend money on anything. You are going to have to go through a stage of some austerity, be it finances, be it sleep, be it whatever. You can't have it all without putting in the work. And that's the reality of it. Don't expect yourself to be super person. And I feel like so many times we abandon good ideas because we just can't find time for it. And I honestly believe that the honest truth about time is no one never has time for something that they want. They just don't want to create time for it. If you want to create time for something in your life, I promise you and I assure you, you can create time for it. So if you're not creating time for it, maybe you are not interested in it enough. Okay. Fact number 3 is you will have few or no friends. And come on, I'm just telling you the truth right here. When it comes to following your dreams, you will have few or no friends for a few reasons. The first reason for this is you need to limit the number of people that can speak to you. You need to limit the number of voices that are in your head. You need to streamline what you give people access to and what you don't. You can't have 10 people around you demanding your time, demanding your attention, all with amazing ideas and thoughts and opinions on what your life to be, and expect to have meaningful results. I'm not saying cut people off. I'm not saying wake up and suddenly be a person who is not unpleasant. I am saying find a place in your life for people without necessarily calling them friends. Because once you call people friends, you give them the right and the access to speak to you. You give them the right and the access to contribute on your dreams, to contribute on stuff like that. And when you are going on a path of destiny and dreams and goals, there are moments where you just have to be stubborn and just say, I'm doing this. But if you have so many consultants, if you have so many people telling you what you can't do, if you have people that have seen you when you were a little girl, if you have people who think that they understand your limitations, if you have people who have a whole encyclopedia of your mistakes, if you have people who have seen you at your works, who know that loser ex-boyfriend of yours or that loser ex-girlfriend of yours, those people will constantly use it against you, and you will never fully become the person that you want to become or that you are supposed to become for the journey that you're embarking on. And for that reason, you are going to have to let go of some people. And the second reason on that one is you will have no or fewer friends because you won't have the time. Like I said, when I talked about sleepless nights, you will have sleepless nights, you will have full weekends, you just won't have time. And if you have to pick where you spend time, on friends or working on your dreams, I would suggest the latter. And I'm not saying just cut people off, stop being there for people. I'm saying if you do not absolutely have to be there for them, if it's not an absolute emergency, invest time in your dreams, in working on becoming the person that you are. Because what happens is, if you become the person that you're supposed to be, you become a better friend, you become a better lover, you become a better sister, you become a better sibling, you become a better child. When you live a life that is true to the person that you want to become, when you are armed up on your goals, when you're excited about the future, you are pleasant to be around, and that just makes you pleasant for everyone around you. So remember that. And the fourth fact that I want you to remember, to be mindful of when you embark on your journey of chasing your dreams, is you have to be willing to be able to deal with discouragement and criticism in a way that is constructive. Here's the thing about discouragement. I remember when I was telling one of my friends that I want to write my book about From Gawker to Oxford, The Girl Who Dared to Dream. I remember someone asking me, I don't remember the correct wording, but it was something to the effect of, okay, do we really have to tell that story? Like, it's discouragement comes in different forms. Some people would discourage you in a form of offering you alternatives to your ideas. Some people would discourage you in a form of simply telling you your ideas are not good. Some people would discourage you in a way of pointing you to people who have done what you want to do better than you, and therefore hinting that you can't necessarily do it. Some people would discourage you in form of underhanded compliments. So it will be something like, oh, you're a good writer, but can you really write a whole book? Oh, you're a good singer, but can you really produce an entire album? So be careful and watch how people react to your dreams. Be careful and watch how people, and I want you to be, I'm not saying don't live above people's advice. I am all for accountability and transparency. And when you're not being a good person, I absolutely want people to call you out. But what I do not want for you is for people to project their own insecurities, their own dreams, their own inadequacies on you. So be able to deal with discouragement and actually look at them. Is this person telling me this because they want me to learn, or is this person telling me this because they are projecting their own limitations or their own insecurities on me? Be discerning with people's voices. Be discerning to what voice speaks to you. Be discerning to all those things. And I'm going to conclude this video by telling people this: the path of following your dreams is not easy. And the reason why so many people just give up, the reason why so many people just stop, the reason why you have so many people who were promising. So, you know that person. I know people in my life that were so intelligent, that were so driven, that were so passionate. And somewhere along those lines, they just fizzled out. You can't really tell what happened to them. You can't really tell where they dropped the baton. You can't really tell where it went wrong, because life gets overwhelming and you need to be equipped with the truth. Following your dreams is not a walk in the park. Following your dreams is not wins every day. Following your dreams is a little bit harsher than that. The world is harsh. The world is difficult. You have to knock down some doors. When you knock, people are not always going to open the door for you, and you have to be willing to kick it down. You have to be willing to carry that vision. It's your burden. It's your baby. Don't hold it against people when they don't invest. Just understand that that's how it takes. You have to grow it for people to actually understand where you're coming from. So there you have it. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself, and remember what we talked about in last week's video. You're going to need to be consistent. You need courage. You need grit. You need to keep going, because you know what? The world is a very competitive space. The world is a very competitive place. There are so many people who are just as talented as you are, who are just as smart as you are. And what distinguishes us is how much we are willing to put up with. Is just how much we are willing to get up when we fall. It's just how much we are willing to invest in our personalities and our characters, into developing that long-term resilience that makes us better people. So as always, let me know what you think in the comments, and it's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you. This is me signing out. Until next time, see you soon.